let's say I go into the nursing home, okay? And I give a, and then I'm below 2,500 bucks because I'm a single person. To get Medicaid as a single person, I've got to be in a nursing home. I've got to be sick or can't do activities of daily living, and my assets have to be below 2,500 bucks. So 3 years ago, I had to help my children because they were in financial problems. I had to help my grandkid pay for college. I gave away 86,000 bucks. As we know now, if I apply for Medicaid, because I gave all that money away within that 5 years, that 86,000, I will not get Medicaid for 10 months. Okay? So, there is ways, we call it gift in return. So let's say I'm going into the nursing home or I'm already in the nursing home. As a single person, there's ways to save about approximately 50%. People say, well, you can't do anything because you've got this 5-year look-back period. Baloney. We've helped people already in the nursing home, single people, save approximately 50%. Because once again, we want to enhance their quality of life. Because once you're in the nursing home, your income is gone to the nursing home. All you're allowed to keep is 78 bucks. What the heck can you do with 78 bucks? How much are hearing aids? 4, 5, 6,000 bucks? So you go to a doctor and say, doctor, I want to get on the payment plan. I'm going to give you 10 bucks a month out of my 78 bucks. How many doctors are going to do that for you? What happens if you need teeth? You take, I don't want to be gross, but you take your teeth out, put it on the tray, and you munch away as best you can, and then the aide comes in, takes your teeth away. Does Medicaid pay? No. So what are your children going to be doing? They're going to be what we call dumpster diving. They're going to go into that dumpster trying to look for your teeth. Or they're going to give you 10 grand or 5 grand to pay for your teeth if they don't want to jump into the dumpster. Okay? Now, it's a little bit better if you're a married couple. Okay? Depending on what you have. Because this is the way Maryland works. Okay? So, whatever is mine. So if I have a CD, checking account, IRA, 401k in my name, my wife has checking account, IRA, 401k in her name, and we have a whole bunch of joint assets, okay? So let's say that we have $200,000 between us, and a house and a car, and a budgie and a dog, okay? So I go into the nursing home. So, because I'm what we call the institutional spouse, that means my wife is the community spouse. She's still living in that house. So we're allowed to save that house because she's the community spouse. We do want to take my name off of the deed because then down the road, if she sells it, half of it doesn't come back to me. So then the state says, well, whatever is mine, whatever is hers, and whatever is joint, is pulled together. Okay? You can't say, hey, my spouse can't come up and say, I'm sorry, that money's mine. It's all pulled together. So what they do is divide it by 2. So I've got 100,000 as the nursing home spouse, and then my wife, is the community spouse, has 100,000. She's allowed to keep that. Okay? I have to spend down my $100,000. 10 grand a month times 10 months is 100 grand. Gone. I'm now below 2,500 bucks. I go on Medicaid. That's the nursing home plan for you. See it all the time. Okay? So if you want to go to the nursing home and let them do your asset protection plan, you've just lost 100 grand. Let's say I have $400,000. Me and my wife have 400. So once again, we divide it by 2. I get 200,000. My wife gets 200,000. The state goes, whoa, this is Wingate. You get far too much money. There's a ceiling of 120 grand. So the other, thank you. The other 80 comes over here. You could see where I was thinking. What did I say? So now I have 280,000. That has to get spent down below 2,500. 28 months at 10 grand, gone. So my wife is 72, 73. I look really young for my age, you know. Maybe I just aged her. But now she's a house, 120 grand to live for another 20 or 30 years. Now, what we do is we're able to save at this moment in time, either that 100 grand or that 280,000. There's ways that we, instead of giving it to the nursing home, can give it to my spouse. And that's where we talk about is our crisis plan. That you're going into the nursing home tomorrow. You've just slipped, tripped and fell. You're in Medicare. Okay, we're in a crisis. So what we want to be able to do, it's like the old New York shell game. There's the money, and then it's gone. Okay? It's legal. That's what we do. If it wasn't legal, I'd be in jail with Martha Stewart. Maybe she might have nice rates for me or not, but I don't want to go to jail. I like you guys, but I don't want to go to jail for you. Okay? So it's still legal at this moment in time. So that's our crisis plan. Our non-crisis, and sometimes we just don't know. There's only one person, I believe, in this world who knows when we're going to go, die, or whatever, and it's not me. The big difference between the revocable trust and the irrevocable trust, the irrevocable trust, you're not allowed to be the trustee. You're not allowed to be the manager of your trust. So that might have to be one of your children or someone else you trust, hence the word trustee. And technically, you're not the beneficiary either. There's ways of getting money out to you, but the whole idea of this trust is you take a lump sum, and what we're doing this for a lot of our clients is taking the house. We're taking the house and taking it from you guys, husband and wife, and putting it into the irrevocable trust. Boom, gone. Do you have control of it? Technically, no. So if you cannot get at it, can the nursing home get at it? No. So the big caveat is once you put stuff inside of that trust, it has to be up and running for 5 years. So does it work for everybody? No. Some people don't have any money. I had a woman with 40 grand saying, I want to put my money into the irrevocable trust. I said, no, I'm not doing it. Go and find someone else to do it. You know, if you only have 50 bucks left in a savings, we had a client come in the other day there, and the only assets they had was an irrevocable trust. And I said, I don't recommend it. I don't like reverse mortgages. I really don't like them. But sometimes the stars are aligned and you have to use it. Because she was a prime example. She has equity in that house. If we put that house into an irrevocable trust, she wouldn't be allowed to get a reverse mortgage. But if it's still outside and she needs to tap into some of that equity, a reverse mortgage might work for her. But for most people, I'm not a big reverse mortgage fan. So I told her we're not going to put it in there. That was my thing. So let's say we put the house in. Here we are, 2018. I can't believe I'm saying this, 2023. Then that house is then protected. Let's say then we put another $100,000 in 2020. So if you put that 100,000 in, come 2025, that would then be protected. So whenever you put something into it, it has to go through the 5 years. Okay? So if you know that you're going into the nursing home 1 year, 3 days, and 27 minutes, I don't think it's advisable to do the irrevocable trust. So it depends on your health, age, and what's going to happen to you. So that's why we have two forms. We have a crisis plan, i.e. you're going into the nursing home. And basically, if you're a married couple, you know, if you're in our sort of area, we can save 100%. If you're a single person, we can usually save about 50%. And our pre-crisis plan is doing a combination. We don't put everything into the irrevocable trust. We would set up a revocable trust that you have access to. and we're going to avoid probate. And then you've got the irrevocable trust that you can put dollars or home into it and doing that. Now the question is, well, what happens if I want to sell the home? Well, that's okay. Your trustee sells the home. So let's say we have a home of $400,000, and you're thinking, I can't be bothered running up and down the stairs. I want to downsize to a condo. So your trustee then sells the house. So you get $400,000, and then you buy a $250,000 condo, bottom floor, very nice. So that goes into the trust in lieu of the house, and now you've got $150,000 inside of the trust as well that you can invest. So now, instead of having a $400,000 piece of property, you've got a $250,000 condo and $150,000 cash in a money market, stocks, bonds, whatever you want to do. Okay?
Can you receive the income out of those investments?
In some states you can, not in Maryland. You can withdraw stuff, but the whole idea of this irrevocable. Got an update for me. It's the nursing home. Don't talk about this stuff. Snooze. Okay. So, nursing home loss. Without proper planning as a single person, your assets have to be spent down below $2,500. I can't tell you a number of clients who come in and see me. Mum and Dad's been in the nursing home for 2 or 3 years. They come and see me and say, we need to apply for Medicaid. Okay, what assets do you have? Well, we don't have any assets now. We're below the $2,500. And I says, I can't help you anymore. You should have seen me when you first went into the nursing home, or maybe you seen me 5 years before you went into the nursing home. All that gold went to the nursing home. It is possible to protect and preserve your assets, and what we do is we come up with a wealth preservation plan. Each plan is different because we don't know what you have, where you are in your, we call it the long-term care continuum. Are you at home? Are you at assisted living? How's your health? How much money do you have? What's your income? So the planning strategies are based upon the specific paths. Now, maybe, excuse me, we had a gentleman the other day there that we just never know what's going to happen. But he's on oxygen, very bad Parkinson's, and they were thinking of setting up an irrevocable trust. I'm thinking to myself, this guy's not going to get through the 5 years, so we're not going to do that, okay? We had other people, we never know what's going to happen. I had a gentleman 7 years ago, came and saw me, and he was a little frail, he was 95. And we were talking with the family, should we do an irrevocable trust for him? Statistically, he's not, no. And we said, well, no. You know what happened? He lived, and he went into the nursing home a year ago. And I'm thinking, God damn it, I should have done, I should have done an irrevocable. But we just don't know. I mean, statistically, if you're in your 70s and early 80s, it depends on your health. I mean, I have 94-year-old clients who could outrun and live a better life than some 55-year-olds, because the 55-year-olds are old and decrepit and miserable, while the 95-year-olds still running around, So depending on where you are and your attitude and your health, that's why we need to meet with you and go through this with you.